Hello, everyone. Today we bring you part 2. First, let's briefly recap the previous episode. Yetian lived in an era where 100 years ago, terrifying beasts started to appear from a dimensional rift, invading the human world and threatening the existence of humanity. The dimensional rift also triggered the awakening of a few talented individuals to reveal their own powers. These individuals presented humanity's last line of defense against the beast invaders. Our hero, Ye Tian, had repeatedly dreamed over and over again every night for the last 5 years about the night his parents died in another beast-tide attack upon the city. After he woke up, he discovered that he had awakened his talent. A low-tiered talent which he could copy the talent of anybody and any beast once every 30 days. Ye Tian lived with his sister, Ye Yu. They both supported each other after his parents' death. Ye Tian was also able to copy his sister's talent, but declined to do so as her talent was quite rare, and once she awakened, it would allow her to beat anyone she was up against. A mid-tiered Ice Frost talent. Ye Tian enrolled at the 5th Academy, where he copied a mid-tiered Cultivation talent from a senior prodigy and a novice-level Speed talent from a Moonlight Silver Wolf. This was his initial fundamental talent, and he resolved to continue to grow stronger in order to protect his loved ones. As Ye Tian continued to develop his cultivation talent level, his classmate friend Zhang Bao came up to him excitedly with something to talk about, which broke his concentration. "Brother Ye Tian," Zhang Bao called. "What's up, Zhang Bao?" Ye Tian replied. "No wonder I couldn't find you at the academy. You were busy training here all the time." Zhang Bao couldn't help and poked a finger at Ye Tian's chest, testing him. "Whoa, your chest is rock hard. Are you an apprentice already?" Zhang Bao asked. "Yeah," Ye Tian replied as he nodded affirmatively. "Do you want to improve your powers faster?" Zhang Bao asked inquisitively. "Do you know how?" Ye Tian asked patiently. "Have you ever drank fierce beast blood before?" Zhang Bao asked with a grin. "No, I haven't." Ye Tian shook his head quizzically. "To be honest, I have improved faster than you because I have drunk some before," Zhang Bao answered proudly. Ye Tian gazed in amazement as he thought deeply. A fierce beast's blood can do that. He remembered when he fought against the Moonlight Silver Wolf. That's a shame. There was so much Moonlight Silver Wolf blood back then. What a wasted chance. With this, Zhang Bao raised his finger and suggested slyly. "Now, I have an idea. I know of a way to get beast blood. Want to try it?" "What is it?" "Tell me," Ye Tian answered excitedly. Zhang Bao explained that our 5th Academy, in cooperation with other academies in the area, has established a wild beast area where there was a rift that opened up. Once a year, the beast area will be opened up to trials where all the academies will participate. The prizes of the trial will be vials of beast blood, Ye Tian asked. "What is the level of the beasts there?" Zhang Bao answered. "The area has been well hunted over the years, but there is still one wild beast descendant left. A fierce, savage beast." Ye Tian rubbed his chin and said, Not bad. It's worth a try," Zhang Bao said excitedly. "That is what I thought. Join my team and we can take down that fierce beast together." Ye Tian hesitantly replied. Join your team?" "That's a bit," Zhang Bao said. "Why are you hesitant?" "I thought we were close. That is why I brought this up and asked you to join." Ye Tian politely declined. "Sorry, I can't this time. However, I will definitely join your team next time." Ye Tian left his friend in shock heading towards the academy building, deep in thought. "If I join Zhang Bao's team, I will stand out and be exposed. So it's better if I go alone. I need to get the beast's blood so I can quickly get stronger." Ye Tian headed straight to the dean's office and respectfully knocked on the door. "Enter." "Come in," said the deep voice of the dean. Ye Tian respectfully entered and bowed. "Sir, may I inquire about the trials of the wild beast hunt?" The dean frowned and answered, "I don't know how you found out about the trials, but I had already sent out all the invitations to the prospective students. I don't recommend that you join as it will be very dangerous, but you are free to join." Ye Tian respectfully asked in earnest. "Sir, if I am allowed, may I join the trials as they will give me broader experience in developing my power?" The dean answered seriously. "Suit yourself. I will allow it. But you need to sign a letter absolving the academy of all responsibility in case of any accident or death. The dean then took out a letter from the drawer and handed it to Ye Tian. Ye Tian solemnly signed the letter and handed it to the dean. The dean took the letter and put it into a folder on his desk. Okay, prepare yourself fully then. The trial will be next month. Be at the academy gates and we will take the bus there. 1 month later, Ye Yu woke up to a bright morning day and walked to the kitchen as she rubbed her eyes. She called out to Ye Tian, "Dear brother, wake up. I will make you breakfast." As she straightened her black, silky hair, Ye Yu noticed that the kitchen table was already filled with food. Wow. Oh, my brother. What is the occasion that you made breakfast? Ye Yu then saw a note from her brother that she picked up and read, "I have already left and cooked you breakfast. There is an activity at the academy. I will be back after 3 days." After reading the note, Ye Yu prayed, "I hope it's not too dangerous. Stay safe, brother." The scene shifted to 2 hours ago at the trial grounds of the academy. The area was still dawn, in an area filled with ruined buildings. Many students had already started to gather, with many discussing the activity ahead of them. "There are so many people that showed up," said one student. "Yeah, people from all 5 academies showed up here." A face can be seen, smiling. Mockingly said, "The 5th academy? Why is a trash academy like that here for the trials?" The voice came from a young student with long black hair, wearing the 1st academy uniform, talking to an old tall man with blonde hair tied into a ponytail. The man answered, "Young master, this trial not only allows us to hunt wild beasts but also other people, so the more the merrier." "It should be an honor for the weak, like them, to be killed by the strong, like us," the young master replied, wickedly. Ye Tian, carrying a backpack filled with weapons and a bow, can be seen talking to Zhang Bao, carrying a large axe. Zhang Bao said to Ye Tian, "See that guy? That is Mo Xiaobei, a genius from 1st Academy. He is the ace heir from the Mo family." "The Mo family? No wonder he is so arrogant," Ye Tian replied. Suddenly, a sword scrapping along the concrete ground can be heard. The old man shouted, "Hey, stop right there. You can't unsheath your sword before the trial starts." The sword sound came from a young man wearing a purple tight battlesuit with black long pants. He shouted, "Mo Xiaobei, don't cower behind your bodyguard. I will kill you today." Mo Xiaobei smirked. "Hey, loser, did you want to get beaten again?" "Who is that?" Ye Tian asked in amazement. "It's Li Yunxing. He is a sword genius from the 2nd Academy. He lost to Mo Xiaobei once." Ye Tian couldn't help but shout, "Go, Li Yunxing, I'm supporting you." Donnie looked at Ye Tian sheepishly. "Who is that guy? How does he dare support me? Isn't he afraid of Mo Xiaobei? I'm kind of embarrassed." Suddenly, there was an announcement shouting over the loudspeakers. "There will be no fighting before the trial starts. Anyone disobeying will lose their right to be included in the trial." "Damn!" As the 2 students dispersed, Li Yunxing yelled at Ye Tian, "What is your name? You have some balls to cheer for me?" Ye Tian introduced himself. "My name is Ye Tian from 5th Academy," Li Yunxing complimented. "Good man, you have a strong name. It means one who opens the path." Ye Tian listened intently as a pop-up window appeared. Human. Li Yunxing, cultivation talent, med-tier, sword talent, med-tier, sword talent. Mid-tier. Not bad, Ye Tian thought, as he reached out his hand to shake it. "Surpass Mo Xiaobei during the trials," Ye Tian said. Li Yunxing was surprised by this and replied, "Good luck to you too. Stay alive." "Yeah," Ye Tian agreed. Successfully copied the sword talent. Suddenly the loudspeakers blared. The trial starts. The 1st Academy may enter first. All the 1st Academy students ran into the trial area. Li Yunxing could not help but chuckle. "The 1st Academy students enter first. Then my 2nd Academy. Your 5th Academy will enter last. Oh, what an unfair world. I am going to find my teammates. Good luck, my friend." Li Yunxing waved goodbye. "I need to find my teammates as well," Zhang Bao said. Ye Tian watched them leave before he also ran away, finding a spot to hide. Ye Tian found a convenient spot and put down his backpack, sword, and bow. Successfully copied the sword talent. Merge? Yes. No? Yes. Whoosh. Still so painful. But I am slowly getting used to it after merging the last 2 times. I must become stronger. A blue light shot up as Ye Tian slowly opened his eyes. Ye Tian felt a blue aura around him and swung his sword around. Ye Tian effortlessly cut the trees. Ye Tian slowly walked towards the starting area, reading his status window. Human. Ye Tian. Cultivation talent. Mid-tier. Speed talent. Novice tier. Sword talent. Mid-tier. He was much stronger than what he was before. Suddenly, the loudspeaker blared. The first 4 academies have entered the Wild Beast Zone. The 5th Academy can start entering the Wild Beast area. As all the students from the 5th Academy ran into the Wild Beast Zone, the scene shifted to an area inside the Wild Beast Zone where Ye Tian could be seen slowly walking on the road. As Ye Tian cautiously walked slowly, he heard a cracking sound. Ye Tian sensed a wild beast coming from behind him. As Ye Tian slowly unsheathed his sword, he noticed a large dark figure behind and above him. Ye Tian slowly turned around and faced a large green serpent glaring at him with murderous killing intent. Without any warning, Ye Tian suddenly activated his speed talent to dash towards the green serpent which had opened its jaw with the intention of closing to bite hard on him. Ye Tian suddenly jumped up and dodged to the side, easily avoiding the bite of the serpent. At the same time, Ye Tian swung his sword with all his might. Ye Tian sliced at the serpent and cut the serpent in half. Blood spattered everywhere as Ye Tian landed gracefully on the ground. Ye Tian made sure that the serpent was killed and gathered a golden core along with other remains from the serpent, which he steadily put into his backpack. That is 1 point for me. No wonder it was surprisingly weak, Ye Tian thought. However, according to the rules of the trial, the more beast I kill it will give me more points that I can gather as total points during this trial. I wonder how many points do I need to reach the top rank. Ye Tian remembered the rewards he would get from trial. For first place, he would get 3 vials of blood from a mid-tier fierce beast and 100,000 credits. For second place, he would get 1 vial of blood from a mid-tier fierce beast and 100,000 credits. For third place, he would get 3 vials of blood from a low-tier fierce beast and 50,000 credits. Finally, for 4th to 10th place, he would get 1 vial of blood from low-tier fierce beast. There is still a long way to go for him to reach the top ranks. With this thought, Ye Tian firmly steeled his resolve to quickly hunt for a more fierce beast and gather as many points as he could within the trial's time limit. Ye Tian activated his speed talent and jumped to search for a more fierce beast. As Ye Tian ran around looking for more beasts to hunt, he suddenly heard a loud cry for help. Ye Tian stopped as he tried to look for the direction of the sound. Atop a building, Ye Tian looked towards a battle zone at an intersection on the road with 4 fierce wolf beasts surrounding someone. It was his classmate, Zhang Bao, furiously swinging his axe, yelling at the beasts to frighten them off. The wolf beast was obviously not deterred and slowly closed the encirclement as they looked for an opening to attack. There were many bodies strewn on the ground, bloody nearing death. Zhang Bao was pale, visibly shaking, screaming that he didn't want to die yet. Suddenly, one fierce wolf beast lunged towards Zhang Bao in an attempt to deal a mortal blow. Seeing this, Zhang Bao turned around screaming and ran to escape, dropping his axe. He could feel a smelly liquid streaming down his pants. Shit, Ye Tian thought, as he quickly knocked an arrow and let it fly toward the lunging fierce wolf beast. At the same time, Ye Tian activated his speed, talent jumped down, and sped towards his friend. The arrow flew straight to the fierce wolf beast, hitting it squaring, instantly killing it. As the beast's body hit the ground loudly, Zhang Bao turned around and saw the beast dead with an arrow in its neck. Boom! Ye Tian landed on the ground between Zhang Bao and the remaining fierce wolf beasts. Ye Tian turned around toward Zhang Bao if he could collect the points from the beasts. Zhang Bao recognized his friend and nodded. Ye Tian, be careful. These fierce wolf beasts are deadly. Ye Tian smiled. Don't worry, I will handle them. He turned back towards the remaining fierce wolf beast and activated his speed talent. He ran towards the middle of the three beasts and activated his sword talent. Slash. Zhang Bao, standing from afar, could barely see Ye Tian in a blur of crimson light from his feet and a blue aura from his sword, slashing and killing the remaining three fierce wolf beasts in under 10 seconds. So strong! Zhang Bao gasped in amazement as he saw all the fierce wolf beasts lying dead on the ground with blood splashed everywhere. Ye Tian slowly collected all the wolf cores. He took out some empty vials from his backpack and collected all the blood beast, wolf teeth, and fur. After putting all the materials in his backpack, Ye Tian stood up and asked his friend, Zhang Bao. So, are you going to continue? Zhang Bao replied grimly. Forget it. I am going to quit. This time the wild beast trial is way too dangerous for me. I almost died and I am happy to be alive. Also, all my teammates are heavily injured, so I need to bring them out to save them. Ye Tian agreed. Yeah, that seems like a plan. You should at least stay alive. As Ye Tian slowly walked away, Zhang Bao said, Wait, Ye Tian. There is a quasi-mid-tier beast deep in the wilderness. Be careful. Quasi-mid-tier beast? Ye Tian tried to remember the differences in level. From right to left, it was fierce beast or low-tier beast, then quasi-mid-tier beast, then it was the high-tier beast. There were also many different sublevels depending on the species. Zhang Bao continued, I heard that the members of the First Academy were going to gang up, and its goal was to hunt and kill a striped snake more than 10 meters long. That beast was on the quasi-mid-tier level, and it was worth 500 points. 500 points? Ye Tian asked. In which direction was it? Zhang Bao pointed to a direction. Southeast. Ye Tian quickly activated his speed talent and jumped, running in the direction that Zhang Bao pointed. Ye Tian sped away in a blur of crimson light. Ye Tian thought, 500 points. I will definitely be in first place if I can get it. Stay safe, Ye Tian. Be careful. Zhang Bao can only pray with a tired expression. The sky was starting to darken as the time entered the evening. This scene created a chilling sense of forebode with the city that lay in ruins. Suddenly, a trail of crimson light can be seen streaking through the city. Boom. Boom. The sound of heavy footsteps echoed along with the crimson light. Those footsteps can be seen as belonging to Ye Tian. As Ye Tian continued to run in the direction of the quasi-mid-tier beast that was pointed by Zhang Bao, he noticed something that rang alarm bells in his mind. Ye Tian stopped and looked around for any suspicious signs. As Ye Tian cautiously looked around, he quickly saw various bodies strewn on the ground in pools of blood. Ye Tian slowly approached closer. He noticed that the bodies wore the uniforms of the First Academy and that they were all dead. Before Ye Tian could study the carnage any further, suddenly a thunderous explosion sounded out that broke his concentration. Ye Tian quickly shifted his gaze to see a high-blowing red explosion to his left in the distance. His hair was blown back from the wind that the explosion created as the result of the pressure. In a flash, Ye Tian activated his speed talent to get closer to the explosion while still being very careful to not get noticed. Ye Tian jumped on top of a building so that he could quickly examine the surroundings from a high vantage point. Ye Tian crouched down and peered over the edge to the scene that unfolded below. His red eye observed something unusual. So that is the quasi-mid-tiered beast, Ye Tian thought as if confirming his suspicions. Beneath him, a monstrous beast more impressive in both power and appearance than he had imagined, stood. Red flames erupted from its shoulders. Its upper body resembled a demon with two sharp-clawed arms, muscular and very daunting. Its face was frightening and vicious like a devil with two large black horns on the top of its head. Its lower body was the long, sinuous tail of a large serpent, with scaly black skin. The skin reflected a sheen that resembled a shiny armor plate mail. The fierce beast appeared to be a harbinger of doom at the center of the raging fire as it swatted the small figures below, easily flinging them around. Some were scattered flying through the air, while others bravely stood their ground wielding weapons and shields in an attempt to kill the beast. From the uniforms of the men, it can be easily discerned that they were the students of the First Academy, and they were being led by Mo Xiaobei. He was frantically rallying the students to attack the quasi-mid-tiered beast. Keep attacking! We must kill this beast. The 500 points gained from killing this can only belong to me, Mo Xiaobei yelled. All the students can be seen attacking the beast, however, due to the thick skin, the attacks were only bouncing off. Suddenly, a man with yellow hair braided into a ponytail wearing all black clothes can be seen dealing a heavy blow and retreating. He yelled, "Young master, the quasi-mid-tier beast is starting to run out of stamina. Now is the time to deal with the killing blow." The beast cried out a wailing howl as it suffered the punch from the yellow-haired man. Mo Xiaobei acknowledged this and said, "All right, leave the rest to me." He stepped up and readied his sword, grasping it with both hands. He ran toward the beast and jumped up. As Mo Xiaobei fell, he swung the sword in a down-slicing motion as he steadied the sword. Purple blood gushed out as the sword pierced the beast's skin. Mo Xiaobei landed on top of the beast's head and he pushed the sword even deeper into the beast's head. "I did it. I killed the beast," Mo Xiaobei thought. The beast writhed in agony, swinging its head around. This motion threw Mo Xiaobei off, dislodging the embedded sword. The force of the throw was so hard that Mo Xiaobei hit several buildings before stopping in a hole. As he dragged himself out of the hole, he grinned. "The 500 points are mine." The beast's body fell with a loud bang as it fell unconscious. At the top of a tall building, somebody was looking down at the battle and questioned, "Did the beast already die? Damn it, was I a step too late?" Ye Tian's face looked on grimly. Below, Mo Xiaobei threw a large piece of the building he was in at the beast's body as he slowly walked toward the corpse. As every student stood to attention in reverence toward Mo Xiaobei, the yellow-haired man bowed deeply and said, "Congratulations, young master, for gaining 500 points." Mo Xiaobei chuckled. "Hey, hey, hey." He clenched his fist and proudly stated, "The first place in this trial now belongs to me, Mo Xiaobei." Suddenly, the quasi-mid-tiered beast opened its eyes and abruptly stood up enraged. It let out a roar and let out a purple aura enveloping its whole body. It swung around its tail and flung away the closest students around its body. Mo Xiaobei yelled. "It's not dead yet," the yellow-haired man said. "No, young master. It became berserk and mutated." Mo Xiaobei could only clench his teeth trying to understand. The beast suddenly ran away from the recovering First Academy students. Mo Xiaobei yelled loudly, "The quasi-mid-tiered beast has mutated and is now a top-tier fierce beast." The other students questioned loudly, "A top-tier fierce beast? Do we go after it? Can we even kill it now?" Mo Xiaobei looked back at the other students angrily. "Of course we do. It's now worth 1,000 points." 1,000 points. The other students looked shocked. "We'll be giving someone else the advantage if we don't hurry." "Let's go," Mo Xiaobei shouted as he led the other students. Mo Xiaobei's face hardened. He steeled his resolve, as he said, "The top-tiered beast has become very weak from our previous attacks. We must not let anyone else come across it now, or all our previous efforts would be wasted." The scene shifts to Ye Tian, who was standing atop the tall building. He said, "I didn't know that it's now a top-tier fierce beast worth 1,000 points." He stepped close to the edge and activated his speed talent. "I am sorry, but you guys are not faster than me." Ye Tian grinned. He slowly crouched down into a sprinting position and pushed his speed talent to the maximum power. "Activate." Ye Tian, eyes fixed upon chasing the top-tier fierce beast. He pushed off the ledge and jumped off the building. A crimson light can be seen flying above the ruined city blazing towards the distance. The scene shifted to the fierce beast as it was slowly shaking and crawling towards something only it knows. It was clearly seeking refuge, trying to hide as it tried to survive. Ye Tian can be seen streaking nearby and suddenly stopping. He landed with a bang as he looked around to the surrounding area. "Good. The First Academy students aren't here yet. I had better quickly finish this." Ye Tian noticed the blood trail from the serpent beast and crouched down to see that the blood was still fresh. Ye Tian was thinking that the beast must be hiding around here since the blood trail had stopped suddenly. Over there. Ye Tian noticed some faint purple trails that was leading towards an enclosed building area. "It looks like that the 1,000 points are mine." Ye Tian smiled wryly. Ye Tian cautiously entered the building where he can still see the faint, purple aura. With soft, slow steps, he entered the building. He readied himself while he steeled his resolve to remain vigilant towards any dangers that lie ahead. Suddenly, Ye Tian noticed something that he felt odd as he quickly examined the silhouette that he faced ahead. A large figure can be seen rising slowly. It was the fierce beast that was shaking and rising above in an attempt to drink something that was dripping from above. As Ye Tian gaze focused on a shiny rock that oozed out some liquid that dripped down, the fierce beast could be seen struggling to open its large jaw to drink that liquid that slowly dripped out. Ye Tian wondered what it was drinking. Could it be some healing drink that the beast needed? Ye Tian didn't know what it was. However, whatever it was, it couldn't be something ordinary. Ye Tian softly took out his sword. He thought, whatever it was, he would figure it out after he killed the beast and got the 1,000 points. He readied his stance into a combat position with both hands holding his sword. Ye Tian jumped up and lunged toward the serpent as he swung his sword. The fierce beast noticed Ye Tian's movement as he dodged the attack, and Ye Tian missed the beast. At the same time, Ye Tian saw the beast counter with an attack of its own. Ye Tian was shocked at how fast the beast was, realizing that he couldn't avoid the counterattack. The fierce beast swings its fist, just barely glancing Ye Tian as he tries to avoid the attack. His sword, however, was sent flying. Ye Tian continues to somersault in order to retreat and gain some distance from the beast. As Ye Tian stops in midair facing the beast, he grabs his bow and notches 3 arrows aiming at the beast. Ye Tian activates his blue aura sword talent and fires 3 arrows aiming at the beast's face. 2 arrows hit the beast's eyes, blinding the beast. The beast roared in agony. As Ye Tian lands gracefully, he drops his bow and quiver. He launches himself again toward the beast. He finds his sword still dropping and catches it in midair. Ye Tian launches himself again, speeding towards the beast with his sword clenched in his hand. Ye Tian pulled out his sword covered in the beast's purple blood. The beast quivered and shook heavily, its blood gushing everywhere. Just before the beast cried its dying scream and fell, Ye Tian jumped up and landed just beside the beast. Ye Tian smiled wryly and said, "This top-tier ferocious beast is indeed strong. Without Mo Xiaobei and the others tiring it out beforehand, I would have not stood a chance in killing it. Anyways, what is this?" Ye Tian finally looked up at the shiny rock with white milky liquid dripping down. He then took out an empty bottle out of his backpack and muttered, "I don't know what it is. Fierce beast has some spiritual attributes, so I know it is beneficial to me. I will just gather some." He placed the bottle below the dripping liquid in order to gather it into the bottle. Ye Tian then thrust his sword into the beast and took out its core. A top-tier, fierce beast core is worth 1,000 points. He placed the beast cores and placed it next to his backpack and took out another empty bottle. Ye Tian thrust his sword into the beast's heart and gathered all of the green blood into the bottle. The blood from the top-tier beast's heart is extremely valuable. Ye Tian slowly walked over to the milky liquid dripping into the first bottle. He picked up the bottle and said, "Wow, there is already so much in the bottle." Ye Tian again slowly examined the rock and shook his head as he took out his sword. He thought, "I don't know what this is, but I won't leave it to Mo Xiaobei." No. Ye Tian sliced off the rock and allowed it to drop on the ground. He then gathered everything and put it carefully into his backpack. He muttered, "With all these, I will definitely have enough points and take first place in the trial." Ye Tian stood up, placed his backpack, and gathered all his arrows, bow, quiver, and sword. He smiled wryly. "Time to go." Time passes till 30 minutes before evening. The First Academy students had trouble finding the serpent corpse since the beast ran so far ahead, the blood trail had dried up, and the serpent hid within an enclosed ruin. After a tiresome search, the First Academy students found the serpent corpse only to find that the cores had been taken and the heart had been opened and bled cry. Everybody searched around trying to find any clues as to where the other party disappeared to. The yellow-haired man yelled, "Only the fierce beast corpse is all that is left." "Young Master Mo, what do we do now?" Mo Xiaobei clenched his fist and asked angrily, Who? Who did it?" His face was filled with rage. His eyes bulged, with veins popping out on his neck as he roared in fury. How dare you steal my 1,000 points? I will kill you. Not long afterwards, the sun went down and rain started heavily pouring down. The First Academy students quickly took refuge and rest within the remaining ruins. Ye Tian could be seen crouching on a tall building looking down, keeping watch on the group. His clothes started to become wet from the rain. He continues to keep watch upon the group until he sees any movement and developments of the group. After some time, the First Academy group can be seen moving out. The yellow-haired man says to Mo Xiaobei, "Young master, the ones who stole your points are probably hiding by now." "What should we do now?" Mo Xiaobei directs. "Raid anyone you see and steal their items and points. We must find these thieves." With an angry demeanor, Mo Xiaobei declares, "We are not letting this go so easily. Everyone spread out in groups of 3 and recover the serpent core." The other students loudly acknowledges, "Understood, sir." They all disperse into the night in small groups in different directions. Ye Tian hears this and resolutely stands up. Readjusting his backpack and making sure his gear is buckled down, he thinks, "I will have to find a spot where I can hide from this group and not hunt any more beasts." With this, Ye Tian activates his speed talent and jumps off the building. Running across the horizon of the city ruins and jumping from one building top to another. A crimson trail can be seen blazing through the night. He thinks his immediate actions till the end of the trial. I can hide, but I can't hide forever. That is all for today. If you want to see more in the future, please support my channel by subscribing, liking, and commenting on this video. I want to thank you in advance. I truly appreciate it.